Hey everybody, so it's sad to see recent news that Tupperware is planning to go bankrupt. I was following that stock like last year, trading it here and there, but I totally forgot about it. I got out, made little money, but I was hopeful that they would recover and everything would be back to normal and their business would pick up. But it looks like just the amount of debt that they had, 700 million in debt, so they're trying to reshuffle that around. And there's only been some cases, rare cases, that they've come out of bankruptcy and they're still trading, or they do some reverse split. Or I know Hertz did that. It was around the pandemic, and they made it through bankruptcy and they're still trading again. And but I myself, I don't have any shares. I was hopeful that the company would come back, and because it was for a while, it was such a great brand. But there's so much competition now with the plastic food storage. There's it's so cheap now that you can almost go to the dollar store, get the same kind of quality, just depending where you're shopping. And it's not really, it was innovative back then, but now they're just so massive, so much competition going around that it's very difficult to compete any of with under the you have to have a mix of it seems. But yeah, it's sad, what's happened with Tupperware. But I think yesterday it was halted. I don't know if it was still trading today. I don't think it's still trading. I don't know if that's still up in the air. I really don't know. But if they haven't decided yet. That hasn't gone through or anything. But usually is not a good thing when they do process through bankruptcy. I've been the victim of getting caught up in bankruptcy, stock that I've held. And but I always try to minimize my exposure to anything that could go bankrupt, except for times during the Great Recession that I got caught up in a few that I had some money in. But it's just part of the game, unfortunately. But let's see what happens. I don't know. It's if it was paused yesterday or still trading. But you had a little bit of run up last year, and then it just was dropping. It tumbled. Looks like 74% it's dropped. And the thing has been around since 1946. I know that it was part of I had to be part of the S&P 500 and maybe even the Dow. I don't remember, but it's it's been around forever since your mom was getting Tupperware. But it's just the competition that really took it to Tupperware. So it's sad news. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just wait and see what's gonna happen this week. That was Monday. That they're planning to file bankruptcy. So they're in the food and storage kitchenware brand space. I don't know about Tupperware, but a lot of like Glad, and there's so many other generic brands, but they have other sources of income. They may be just doing like this quick serve, kind of like the Ziploc and stuff like that, and plus they have Tupperware, and plus they have other things. So they weren't really just solely Tupperware that they were selling. So they were just one dimensional. But they have the name brand, so maybe somebody will pick them up. But who knows? Or if they restructure. But as far as who knows if they're gonna still be trading after all this, what goes down. But I've seen it happen with Hertz. They Companies come back, but that's super rare. It's usually all the shareholders get wiped out. And I've been cases like GM and during the Great Recession, they wiped out so many shareholders, and then they just refiled and they just restarted over with a new offering. And they just start over like nothing happened, and all the shareholders that are the ones that caught holding the bag. And that's just sad the way that is, but that's the way it is. Usually shareholders are the last to get paid, and I don't know if Tupperware decides to do that, where they reissue some shares down the road, or they come back somehow. I don't. Hertz did that, but I think Hertz was still trading, and they never really. They found a way to restructure the debt and still, but I know that there's a reverse split in that case, I believe. But in all those cases, I had such small exposure. I really didn't really. I think that with the Hertz one, I got out before they went bankrupt. But if I would have hold, I probably would have been okay, because that was like the super rare case that uh, publicly traded stock came back from all that you didn't get wiped out. But I mean, it hasn't been traded today, so I mean, that's pretty bad news. I've never heard of anything halting for a whole day. I think it halted yesterday, and then it hasn't really traded today. Maybe it traded some today. I really wasn't following it, but yeah, they just had so much debt, and yeah, it dropped 16% after hours, and then after that it was another 57%. I don't even see how much of a stock it had that much to give up. But yeah, it was split in half basically. It was like a trading at maybe $1 and dropped to 43 cents. And yeah, it's all about debt. Basically, debt. They had to restructure. They couldn't. Certain parts of his business work ongoing concern, they're saying, and faced a liquidity crunch. And yeah, there was way back in the day where Tupperware, you're selling it door to door, and you're such a name brand, but not anymore. It's just yeah, they were saying that COVID-19 pandemic boosted sales for families who were sheltered at home and cooked more and produced a lot of leftovers. Sales have declined in recent quarters as the world reopened. So yeah, I mean, everybody's just eating their microwave dinners and cooking at home from scratch. A lot of people don't use Tupperware. They maybe 1 day or 2 day, but they're not. Back in the day, how they were making everything at home and freezing things, just using those leftovers, stretching out those leftovers, and but now everybody's just a day or two of leftovers. That's it. You almost can put it as a refrigerator, and then you don't really need to freeze a lot of things. So, and plus there was so much just competition out there. It was so cheap to get Tupperware. You can, like I was saying, just go to the dollar store and get rid of all your old Tupperware, recycle it, and get some new, or go to Target or Walmart, and there's just so many choices with that. And then so much, if families, maybe they eat like on the go, a lot of microwave dinners, they don't really need Tupperware. They just want to go and just pop it in the microwave, and it's not a major thing right now. I think more of it's with the kids in school. A lot of the Ziploc bags and stuff like that are more of a thing, and then they have this one Tupperware that you can use over and over, or that kind of reusable plastic that you can just use over and over. But yeah, it's sad to see this debt got them. So I don't know what to say if you have this, but we'll see what happens the next couple of days. See if they're on halted, or they make it through without having to go through the full bankruptcy, and they skip out on that, and they come out and then they start trading again. But I don't know. I think that's super doubtful. That it's overall it's bad news. I don't know what to say about that. There's no words of wisdom there. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. I've seen that Tupperware is filing for bankruptcy. Yeah, it's a bummer, but yeah. So if you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And tomorrow is the Fed, so that's gonna have major implications on the stock market. So we'll see there. It should be interesting to see what happens with that and the whole economy. But yeah, if you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Peace.